Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. So, anyway, starting off on the US dollar index, because that always is like a roadmap for me. It pretty much tells me exactly what I need to be doing on all six of these major dollar pairs themselves. So, like I was saying last week, I mean, originally I was thinking that this right here was the end of a pullback, and this was going to be a wave one, wave two, and wave three, but we have to allow the market to tell us what's going on. And this really cannot be a one, two, three to me because these are pretty much equal size waves. And you can't really have this big of a pullback in the middle of a wave three because a wave three is supposed to be a big, strong wave. So that means it's probably not an ABC, one, two, three, but it probably is an ABC. And if this is an ABC ending here, then it's eventually probably going to go up and take out this high and probably even go up and take out the previous highs on the daily time frame. And if we go down to the 4 hour time frame real quick, this move up on the 4 hour time frame definitely looks impulsive. It looks like a one, two, three, four, five pattern. It is most likely a wave one, but it could turn into a wave A. That means that this move down is probably going to be a pullback to this move up, like most likely a wave B or possibly a wave two, meaning that eventually it's probably going to end up doing something like this, making some sort of an overlapping pattern, and probably going up for more than likely a wave three or possibly a wave C. Either way, an ABC or 1, 2, 3 should play out pretty much exactly the same. Most likely, we're either in a wave B or wave two right now, in which we would trade a wave B or wave two exactly the same. So it's not really that important to know the difference, at least not at this stage in the pattern. So if we're expecting that the dollar eventually is going to go up once it completes its pattern, then we would have to take that information and apply it to the dollar pairs themselves. So moving on to the euro dollar. Euro dollar definitely made a very strong push up, and I mean the trend is definitely up on the higher time phase. There is a chance that it just keeps going up, but based on that dollar analysis, I actually think that that is not the case. I think this actually could even be like an A, a B, and a C right here. So I'm watching very closely because if this does, make like a double top, break down at a fib level, then I definitely would take it as a short. And based on that dollar analysis, I mean this actually could end up going down and breaking this daily time frame structure right here. So anyways, taking it all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, if you're trading those sort of time frames, I would definitely still be bullish. There's no reason yet to say that this trend is over. But if it goes, down, maybe grabs liquidity, then goes up and hits this fib level, grabs this high, then goes down and breaks structure in a big way, that right there would be the end of a five-wave trend right here. And if that really is the end of a five-wave trend based on the higher time frames, then from that point forward, it actually could end up continuing back down in a brand new impulsive move to the downside. But like I said, I would want to see that double top break of structure at a fib level to believe that this is what's going on. If you are trading the very short time phase, I would still be bullish. Kind of seems like perhaps it would go down and take out this low, but as long as it doesn't take out this low right here, anything we see to the downside is very likely just a pullback within the uptrend. Moving on to the pound dollar. Pound dollar also on the daily definitely made a very strong push to the upside, and there is definitely a chance that this just continues the uptrend. It might very, very likely be exactly what happens. But like I was saying about the euro dollar, based on the dollar analysis, I think there's a good chance that this actually could end up, maybe going up and testing these highs right here or the 61% Fibonacci retracement, and then end up going down and maybe even breaking this daily time frame structure. This move down right here looks like a trend on this one, but because of that dollar index, I think there's a good chance that this also could even end up making like a running flat type pattern or something along those lines. Maybe make a little bit of a lower high, or maybe go up and make an equal high before it actually ends up continuing back down. So taking it all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, if you're trading this sort of time frames, I would definitely continue to be bullish. If it goes down and takes out this low way down here, then that's where we'll turn me bearish. But I don't really think that's likely to happen. I think that we're likely to see another push up to either retest this high and then go down and break structure, which if that happens, that would definitely turn me bearish. Or it potentially is going to go up to the 61%, go down and break, which would also turn me bearish. But until one of those two things happen, I definitely would be looking at, anything I see to the downside is likely a pullback within the uptrend. So if you're trading, the 1 hour time frame and below, I would definitely be recommending longs in an uptrend right now. Moving on to the Aussie dollar. The Aussie has been overall one of the strongest currencies. We are close to a Fibonacci extension level, but we're not quite there yet. I think even if this does turn down, it's pretty much going to have to turn at a fib level, which we're not at a fib level yet. I have this down here as like a running ABC type pattern, but it also could be like a 1, a 2, this could be a 3, this could be a 4, and we potentially could be at a wave 5 right now, meaning that it could go up, hit this fib, potentially, and then turn down. But until it actually does something like that, I would definitely be pretty bullish on this one also. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, the break of structure right here is what would turn me bearish. Otherwise, anything I see to the downside, I would definitely be looking at is likely just a pullback within an uptrend, likely just a pullback of the last impulsive move up. So pay very close attention to your fib levels. It could bounce off any one of these fib levels, go up, and continue the uptrend. Like I said, if it bounces from a fib level, then goes down, then breaks structure, that's what would turn me bearish. But until that happens, I definitely would be recommending longs in an uptrend because the trend is your friend. Moving down to the US dollar CAD, US dollar CAD, because of the US dollar analysis, I'm basically looking at it as the same type of pattern. I think that this is actually potentially a bottom right here. I think that this eventually is going to end up going up for either like a 1, a 2, and a 3, which would potentially go up and break structure, which is, I think, is what's most likely to happen. Or potentially this is an A, this is a B, and then it goes up, takes out these highs, makes a C, and then turns down. We need to keep our options open. I always try to keep both options in mind, so that way I'm not surprised by the market. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, I am definitely still recommending shorts, but I am definitely keeping an eye out for evidence that this is over. It kind of looks like we are in like a wave, potentially a wave 4 right now, which means at some point, there's probably a pretty good chance that it's going to turn down, make a wave 5. Then if it continues to respect this fib level, goes up and breaks structure, that's what would potentially turn us back to being bullish. We have to be a little bit careful because it is trying to break structure on the 1 hour, but a break of structure on the 1 hour might not be telling us anything except for that the wave 3 trend is over, and then we're actually in a wave 4, which is a crutch into the wave 3, and then we'll eventually go down again for a wave 5. So we are definitely still bearish on these sort of time frames for now, but we are definitely keeping an eye out for a reversal. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss, the same type of thing. The dollar Swiss is a little different sometimes because the Swiss is a little bit of a risk on, risk off currency, but it's definitely the same type of pattern. I got my Fibonacci extension on here because if it bounces from a fib level, breaks on shorter time frames to the upside, I definitely would go back to being bullish. It's very similar to the US dollar CAD. It's either going to turn into a 1, 2, 3, go up and break structure like this, or potentially it could be a wave A, it could be a wave B, and it could be a wave C, making a lower high, and going down again. Luckily, at this point in the pattern, it's not too important to know the difference yet, at least. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on this because it's definitely impulsive, corrective, and then impulsive again. It really looks like a potential 1, 2, 3. It looks like a 4. It looks like it needs to make a wave 5. So if it goes down, takes out these previous lows, hits a Fibonacci level, goes up, breaks structure, that's the picture that I would be looking for to turn me back into a bull. Until that happens, though, I would be recommending shorts on these sort of time frames. It could go down, bounce, it could make a lower high, and it could keep on going down very easily, which is why, even though I do think that we could be getting close to a reversal, I will definitely continue to be bearish until the market proves the reversal to be true. Moving on to gold. Gold is pretty much playing out exactly like I was saying last week. I still think that there's a good chance that this first big push down is like an A. I think there's a very good chance we're in a wave B, which a wave B should be a pullback to the whole wave A. I would also expect it to at least go to a Fibonacci level. And the next Fib level is the 61.8. So right here is my next target for this move. If it goes up there, breaks down on sort of time frames, then I would expect it to go down, make a wave C. Now, there is a chance that possibly this is the end of a wave 3 on the weekly and the monthly, and if it is a wave 3 ending, then it would actually go down, break this structure, and make a much bigger move to the downside. But until that actually happens, we need to assume that it's just an ABC pullback within an uptrend still. Moving on to the 1 hour time frame, I'm zooming out quite a way so we can see this whole pattern. Because I mean, like I said, I think this is playing out perfectly. Like I said last week in my videos, this looks like an ABC. I think we need to hit this 61%. If we hit that level, go down and break structure, then that is likely the end of a pullback, likely the end of a wave B, and likely it's going to go down to these previous lows for a wave C. Like I said, it could possibly turn into a 1, 2, 3, and it could possibly turn into a way bigger move to the downside. If this high over here really is the end of a wave 3 on the weekly, then it's definitely going to turn into a much bigger move to the downside. But until it actually gives us that daily time frame break of structure, I would definitely assume that anything we are looking at is just an ABC pullback or some sort of a pullback to the daily time frame and weekly time frame uptrends that we have been in for months and months and months now. So moving on to the US dollar yen. As always, I consider the US dollar yen more of a yen pair than a dollar pair. Now, we are making a lower high. There is a possibility that it just keeps on going down. I would definitely be recommending shorts right now because the daily did engulf down, but we have our Fibonacci retracement on here. And if we do get a reversal to the upside at a fib level, I would go back to being bullish because, like I was saying last week, to me, this looks like a potential expanding flat. If it is an expanding flat, then this will go up and take out the previous highs. So this potentially could be like a wave 1, a wave 2, and eventually go up for a wave 3. But like I said, I would be recommending shorts on shorter time frames for other short time frame traders until we get that proof that it really is going up. And the 1 hour time frame potentially would be the proof that I would be looking for because if it bounces from a fib level, goes up and breaks structure, that's going to turn me back to being bullish. If it just makes lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, bounces, makes a lower high, bounces, makes a lower high, then we would just trade with the trend, right? We need to allow the market to tell us when this move is complete. If you allow the market to tell you and you wait patiently, even if it does go up and take out this high, that's fine. If it goes down and hits a fib level, then breaks structure, that's what's going to tell me that it's reversing back to the upside. Until that happens, I would definitely be recommending shorts on these shorter time frames. Moving on to the euro yen. The euro yen, same type of thing. I mean, to me, it looks like we are back into the uptrend. Yes, we are kind of going down a little bit now, but to me, this looks like 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down for like an expanding ABC. If that is true, then this will go up. It will take out the previous highs, and it will continue that weekly time frame uptrend that we've been in. So going down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I got my Fibonacci retracement on this last impulsive move up, which really it kind of looks like this could be a complete pattern already. It looks like impulsive down, it looks like 3 waves up, it looks like impulsive down, 78% Fibonacci bounce. It looks like, yeah, it might push down a little, but it looks like we should continue to be bullish. Now, if for whatever reason it does go down and take out this low right here, then that would turn me more into a bear. But right now, the weekly is up, the daily is up. We have 3 ways down to a Fibonacci retracement level, and golfing up. I think we need to continue to be bullish on this pair, at least for now. And moving on to the pound yen. The pound yen is a little different, but it is pretty much the exact same story, same type of pattern. You know, it's definitely a little bit of a different pattern, but there's definitely no reason to say that this uptrend is over on these higher time frames. We've been very consolidated for a few days now, but it still seems like it potentially could go up and take out these previous highs. I think a lot of people are trying to find the tops on these yen pairs, and I think because of that, the yen pairs are probably going to keep on making new highs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame is where we got our Fibonacci retracement on this last impulsive move up. Just like the euro again, it looks like it's already made a potential 3-way pattern. We have a nice 78% fib bounce. I really would like to see a higher low, or I would like to see like a double bottom and a break of structure to really prove that this is going up in a much bigger way. But looking at correlated yen pairs, to me, it looks like it potentially is going to go up and it potentially is going to take out the previous highs on the daily time frame, which would be great for us because trading with the trend is normally the way to go, especially those daily time frame trends. So, anyways, don't forget to check out my website if you want to follow along with all the trades I take and you want to be part of a great trading community on Discord. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.